Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. The Young and the Restless. Sharon gets an eyeful of Phyllis and Nick together. Diane has a panic attack and Dumas gives Carter his marching orders. At Dumas' estate it's evening, and Phyllis is relieved to run into Nick in the maze, and throws her arms around him. She's glad she ran into him instead of anyone else involved. Nick welcomes her to the most exclusive, extravagant, and bizarre party in the world. Sitting, Phyllis learns from Nick that Dumas won't be putting in an appearance until tomorrow. Everyone's getting a little antsy, but no one worse than his dad. Phyllis asks if he lost Sharon behind a hedge. Nick shrugs, she's around here somewhere. He congratulates Phyllis on landing an invitation to the party and asks how she'll sway Dumas. She's there to acquire her own luxury train and chateau. In the maze, Kyle is trying to get cell service when he runs into Audra. She asks if he's lost, or if he followed her. They walk, and Audra asks who he's trying to reach. He says Claire's dad is in the hospital, and he wants to check in. Audra hopes Cole will be okay. Kyle realizes she's sincere and asks if she's hoping to reach Nate. She says yes, they have a friend facing cancer, and she promised to send lots of pictures. Kyle notes she has a compassionate and kind side. Audra turns the conversation back to their perfume battle. He asks her to show him a sample of her product. She asks, "Are you saying you'll show me yours if I show you mine?" Audra tells Kyle she won't be sharing her perfume with him. The first person to experience it will be Dumas. They banter, but in a friendly way, as she teases that she can't trust him with groundbreaking information. He thinks she might be overselling it, but she assures him that soon, he'll find out just how right she is. Audra tells Kyle the product she has is special and unique. Kyle wants a whiff. He can't set up a lab to copy it there. She argues he can change his product before showing Dumas. Kyle wonders if she even has a product. She reminds him this was her idea and pulls out a perfume bottle. He says anything could be in that bottle. She spritzes it on, and Kyle admits, not bad. Audra wants to know what he really thinks. He admits, it's intoxicating. Near the maze, Diane complains to Jack about Dumas, dragging this out and not even showing up. In his study, Dumas watches them all on video feeds. Diane and Jack talk about Victor and Nikki retreating to their private sleeping car. Jack doesn't think this bodes well for the rest of their stay. Diane will admit it's a lot. She suggests they shift their perspective and admire their surroundings. The food was delicious. Diane admits the maze and sleeping in train cars is odd, but nothing totally unpleasant. Jack grunts, except the mustache presence. She suggests they focus on each other. It's their honeymoon after all. Jack decides she's right and thank her for tuning his mood around. They kiss. On the train, Damien, Devin and Lily talk about being the last ones in, and mention a plane delay. Damien knew Dumas was a bit extra, but not to this extent. Devin marvels about him having a train with private sleeping cars for all the guests. Damien knew he had money, but he never pictured anything like this. They go on about Dumas keeping them in suspense, and talk about wanting to discover his motives. Damien thinks it's best to be patient and a little on guard too. Lily's felt unsettled since the minute she stepped onto the train. Devin points out no one knows what to expect. Damien hopes they'll have answers soon. The train stops and Carter appears. Welcome. He introduces himself and Damien tells him he used to work for his boss. Carter knows who he is. He knows who they all are. Tightly, Carter asks about Abby, who is supposed to be with them. Devin explains she'll be flying in on a later flight. Their son got sick. Carter tells them Dumas is detained as well, and will arrive tomorrow. The other guests have arrived and will be enjoying cocktails shortly. He urges them to get changed, and he'll escort them to the gardens, so they can find their way. Lily laughs. One is at a maze. Carter says they'll see and leads them to their rooms. Still in the maze, Phyllis asks what Nick thinks of this whole situation. Phyllis realizes it's like a human board game. Starting to panic, she says they're being played with. Nick soothes that she's not in the clinic and isn't being controlled. She says they're being controlled by a rich guy, but it's not Martin Laurent. Nick reassures her and asks if she'll stick around. She thanks him for his calming influence. She will put herself together, and maybe this will help with her trauma. Nick's very proud of her. She always finds a way through. Phyllis is glad he's there with her. They embrace, and Sharon appears and spots them. Sharon listens as Nick tells Phyllis that Daniel is worried about her as well. He's concerned Ebbo.